Picture this. You wake up in a glass villa floating above the jungle, the sun rising gold over the rice terraces, and just 20 minutes later, your feet are sinking into white sand on a beach almost no tourist ever finds. This is Bali, but not the Bali you've seen on Instagram. We're talking hidden coves, clifftop pools that spill into the ocean, and one private beach so secret, most travel guides won't even put it on the map. In this video, you're going to discover the 10 most spectacular beaches and the most jaw-dropping luxury getaways the island of the gods has to offer. If you're someone who dreams of slow mornings, dramatic landscapes, and the kind of places that feel like a movie set, you're in the right corner of YouTube. Stay until the end, because the final 3, they are the kind of places people only whisper about. Let's begin. Number 10. Bingin Beach. Let's start with a place that locals have tried to keep quiet for years. To reach Bingin Beach, you have to climb down a maze of stone stairs cut into the cliffside, weaving past tiny warongs and villas perched on the edge of nothing. And then it opens up. Turquoise water, soft golden sand, surfers carving across glassy waves while you sip a coconut from a bamboo lounger. What makes Bingin special isn't just the view, it's the feeling. No giant resorts, no crowds, just that slow, barefoot rhythm Bali used to be famous for. And honestly, this is just the warm-up. Wait until you see what's waiting at number 8. Number 9. Hidden Hills Villa, Uluwatu. Now, let's talk about where you sleep. Hidden Hills sits high above the southern cliffs of Uluwatu, and the moment you arrive, the world goes quiet. Your private villa comes with a black stone infinity pool that seems to drip straight into the Indian Ocean. At sunset, the sky turns rose gold, the cliffs glow, and you realize you haven't checked your phone in hours. The real secret? The villa staff prepares dinner on your private terrace. Candlelit, ocean roaring below, no other humans in sight. Can you imagine waking up to this view every morning? Because the next beach on our list might just convince you to never go home. Number 8. Nyang Nyang Beach. Most tourists drive right past it. Most don't even know it's there. But if you're willing to walk a steep, 20-minute path through tall grass and ancient palms, Nyang Nyang reveals itself like a secret. A 2-kilometer stretch of soft white sand. Almost no people. Just turquoise waves rolling in from the open ocean and the occasional cow grazing near the dunes. Yes, really. Locals sometimes call this beach the Forgotten One, and that's exactly why it's magical. No beach clubs, no crowds. Just you, the wind, and the kind of silence that resets something inside you. And if Nyang Nyang feels remote, number 7 takes Hidden to a whole new level. Number 7. Kelingking Beach, Nusa Penida. You've probably seen the photo. The cliff shaped like a T-Rex, plunging into impossibly blue water. But what photos don't show you is the climb. To actually set foot on Kelingking Beach, you descend a near-vertical wooden ladder, clinging to ropes, with the ocean roaring 400 meters below. And when you finally reach the sand, it's like stepping onto another planet. Sapphire waves crashing against towering limestone walls. Almost no one around because most tourists give up halfway down. This is one of those rare places that humbles you, where the earth reminds you exactly how small you are. And speaking of feeling small, let's go to a luxury escape that floats above the clouds. Number 6. Hanging Gardens of Bali, Ubud. Tucked deep in the jungle near Ubud, the Hanging Gardens is famous for one thing: that 2-tiered infinity pool that pours into the rainforest like something out of a fantasy film. You arrive by funicular. Yes, your hotel has its own funicular. Your villa is wrapped in vines and orchids, the river hums below, and in the morning, mist rolls through the trees right past your private pool. The chef here cooks Balinese feasts using ingredients picked that morning from the surrounding hills. It feels less like a hotel and more like a temple disguised as a resort. And honestly, we're only halfway through, because the next beach is one I almost didn't want to share. Here's the thing. The top 5 places on this list are the hardest to reach, but they are also, without question, the most unforgettable. We're about to head to a hidden lagoon you can only enter by boat, a cliff villa where celebrities go to disappear, and one final beach so spectacular it doesn't feel real. If you're already mentally booking flights right now, you're going to love what's coming next. Number 5, Green Bowl Beach. Down at the southern tip of the Bukit Peninsula, hidden behind a cliff and 300 steep steps, is Green Bowl Beach. The name comes from the soft green moss that covers the rocks at low tide, glowing under the sunlight like emeralds. There are sea caves here, tiny chapels carved into stone, and monkeys that watch you from the cliffs as you swim in clear, glassy water. Almost no one makes the climb, which means most days you'll have this entire piece of paradise to yourself. It's the kind of place that makes you whisper, even though no one's listening. And the next stop? It's where Bali turns into pure cinema. Number 4, Bulgari Resort Uluwatu. If there's one resort that defines luxury in Bali, this is it. The Bulgari sits on a cliff 150 meters above the Indian Ocean. Every villa has its own infinity pool, your own butler, and views so dramatic they feel staged. But the real magic happens at the resort's private beach, accessed only by an inclined elevator that travels straight down through the cliff. When the doors open, you step onto soft white sand, framed by towering rock walls. It's a beach used almost exclusively by the few guests staying that night. This is where actors hide, where billionaires honeymoon, and for a moment, you get to live like one of them. But trust me, number 3 is even more surreal. Number 3, Diamond Beach, Nusa Penida. If paradise had a postcard, it would look exactly like Diamond Beach. Picture sheer white limestone cliffs dropping into water so blue it almost hurts to look at. A lone rock shaped like a diamond rises from the shore, and palm trees lean over the sand like they were placed there by an artist. For years, this beach was nearly impossible to reach. Locals had to climb down ropes. Now, a hand-carved staircase takes you down through the cliff itself. And when you arrive at the bottom, it's silent. Just waves and wind and the feeling that you've stepped into a dream nobody else knows about, and yet somehow, number 2 is even better. Number 2, Como Uma Canggu Penthouse. Now let's go back to luxury, because at number 2, we're talking about a place that redefines what beachfront means. The Como Uma Penthouse in Canggu sprawls across the top floor of one of the most exclusive resorts on the island. A private rooftop pool, outdoor cinema, a wraparound terrace looking straight at the Indian Ocean, where surfers ride morning waves below your bedroom. The penthouse has its own personal chef, spa therapist, and yoga instructor. You don't leave, you just exist. And as the sun sets over Canggu, painting the entire sky pink and orange, you realize this might be the closest thing to perfection money can buy. But the number 1 spot on this list? It's not money that gets you in. It's knowing it exists. Number 1, Broken Beach and the secret lagoon, Nusa Penida. Welcome to one of the most mind-bending places on Earth. Broken Beach is a near-perfect circle of cliffs surrounding a hidden lagoon, with a natural stone arch carved by the ocean over thousands of years. From above, it looks like a giant eye staring up at the sky. Most visitors stop at the viewpoint and turn around. But a small handful of travelers, the ones in the know, hire a local boat and slip through the arch into the lagoon itself. And what's inside is something almost no photo captures. Calm, glass-clear water, sea turtles drifting beneath you, cliffs glowing gold at sunset. Total, complete stillness. You float there surrounded by a wall of stone, and the world outside disappears. This is the kind of place you feel before you can describe it. The kind of place that stays with you long after the tan fades. And now you're part of the small group of people who actually know it exists. These are the places that turn a trip to Bali into a story you'll be telling for the rest of your life. Hidden beaches, clifftop villas, lagoons that feel like a secret whispered by the island itself. If this video took you somewhere, even just for a few minutes, do me one small favor. Tap that like button. And in the comments, tell me which one you'd visit first. Diamond Beach, Broken Beach, or that floating villa above the jungle? I read every reply. And if hidden gems and dreamy escapes are your thing, hit subscribe, because next we're heading to the most spectacular hidden islands of Southeast Asia, where overwater bungalows cost less than a hotel room, and the beaches, somehow, are even more unreal than these. Until then, Keep dreaming, keep wandering. Because somewhere out there, a tiny boat is waiting to take you through a stone arch, into a lagoon nobody told you about, yet.